Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, F8 Well Centers. Excited to talk to you today about disease, about health, about everything that we are experiencing day in and day out. And we're aging, and we're getting closer to death. We're getting closer to health. Where are we going with things? And my thought all the time is that as humans, we should not get human diseases. And this is something that I was thinking about a couple of years ago. We had harvested elk, and we were skinning it out, gutting and everything. And I'm just sitting there going, man, I bet this elk does not have PMS. I bet she doesn't get migraines and have to like go, in the shade and have to go, okay, it's too bright out here. I bet she's not going to get cancer. She's not going to get diabetes, any of these things. And then I started thinking about even like dogs, right? And what are dogs getting? Dogs are getting they're getting diabetes, they're getting glaucoma. Put down below any of the human conditions that you guys have dealt with your animals. This is a huge thing. So again, welcome guys. Pop down below where you're watching from, all over the country, all over the world. Love having you guys on. And we're talking about disease and health, and where should we be in this continuum? What should we expect our bodies to be able to do, and our immune systems? What should our immune systems be able to do? So again, welcome guys. Pop down below any conditions that you've seen your dogs or animals. Hey Helen, good to see you in Michigan. Do you have any dogs? I mean, we're seeing hip replacements. We're seeing all types of things. Hey, Joanne in Fountain, Colorado, great to see you. Bartonella, I have. So, Lucy, did you have Bartonella, or did one of your pets have Bartonella? So here's the deal. We start to now call these diseases that dogs are getting, we call them human disease. Oh, the dog's getting a human disease. And you're like, that's just a weird concept in the first place, right? Why would we call this a human disease? Why would we expect humans to get these diseases? And here's what I'm going to tell you today, and I'm going to challenge the paradigm. And I'm going to say, hey, Debbie, good to see you in Minnesota. And I'm going to say that we were not destined to get these diseases. We were not destined to go, oh, you know what? We're going to get cancer. Oh, all humans that live past the age of 60 are going to have cataract surgery. Not sure I was bitten by the dog. Interesting, Lucy. So here we go. We were not supposed to just start getting. I mean, I have 20-year-olds that come in and they've been throwing up every day for a year straight. I have people that are dealing with chronic health conditions in their teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, all the way up to their 80s, and everything in between. And we were not designed to be this way. Here's the difference. That elk that I was talking about, the deer, those animals out in the wild, they're out running around, eating, doing the things that they're supposed to be doing. And they're not getting these chronic conditions. Sure, some people will argue and go, oh, I once saw that deer that had, this weird tumor or something like that. Hey, Scott, great to see you. And yet, that is not the norm. That is a very rare case that we see that. And yet, when we're talking about humans, no one is surprised when a human gets cancer. No one is surprised when a human gets an autoimmune condition, when their immune system actually starts going haywire and attacking its own tissue. So our fate is to be healthy. That is what we were designed to be. And it's that we live in this state of unhealth, with our food, with our thoughts, with our activity, all of these different things. If you were doing and going out and shutting your brain down for parts of the day and being active for a big part of the day, and for just doing what you need to do over and over, we look at the average death number in this country and even in the world, and we say, hey Steve, good to see you there in Tennessee, and Katie in Vermont. And so we look at the average age of death in the United States, and we're in the 78 to 82 range, depending on male and female. And people are like, wow, people are living so much longer than they used to. But here's the thing, and I'm going to argue that people, if they live to a certain age, then those numbers were actually going down in that number. And here's what used to happen is if you go to a cemetery that's 100, 150, 200 years old, you'll see a lot of people in their even 1, 2, 3 years old. So they were childhood diseases. And then some people would have accidents and die from there. But then you would also see people in their 80s and 90s that people would live that long. So it was not this crazy thing that somebody would live to 80 years old, 85 years old. If they lived past 50 or 60, there was a good chance that they were going to make it quite a bit longer. And so the difference now is that the numbers of our kids that are dying young has dropped dramatically. So that has shifted this age up higher. But actually, the last couple of years, because of chronic conditions, the average age of death has started to decline. The kids born today, this generation is going to die at a younger average than their parents. That's the first time in the history of that we've been recording these things that has happened. And so it's pretty amazing. Hey Lorraine, great to see you. So it's pretty amazing that we are actually getting less healthy. Yes, we can keep people alive and we can keep them from getting these diseases and these issues with, with childhood diseases or any type of cough or something that is going to kill this person. And so then they're living longer, but they're dying younger in a lot of cases than other generations. So here's the deal. We were not meant to get human diseases. That is not something that was supposed to happen. You weren't destined to get cancer, breast cancer, and die at 49 or 50. It's hey Christine, 40 degrees in Wisconsin today. That's crazy. We're going to get a snowstorm and be down in the -10 here. So Patricia, we are ranchers so far, no problems with them other than rattlesnake bites or porcupine quills. We eat deer, elk, mountain sheep, and had some mountain lion yesterday for the first time. How was the mountain lion? That's awesome. Our pets seem to stay healthy. Their owners, not so much. So here's the deal with the pets and with people living in a city, in a house. They are going to be down, their faces are down in the ground. We were just out hunting pheasants, and the farmer that was letting us use his land, he said, always ask the farmer, and most of the time they'll let you hunt pheasant on their land, but always ask that farmer because they may have just sprayed chemicals, and certain times of the year they spray chemicals. And you do not want your dog out there sniffing around, licking stuff in that field because those chemicals are going to get into them. So same thing happens when you go to the park. They may an hour before just have sprayed a bunch of chemicals on that grass, pesticides, herbicides, things like that. And now your dog is running around in it, licking their paws, all these different things. So, the dogs are getting exposed to a lot of these chemicals just like humans are. So what can we do? Well, that's where you've got to take control of the things that you can control. So if you're inside, can you have an air filter going? Can Austin Air is our favorite kind. Brittany, go ahead and pop that down below there. Austin Air, great filter. It's going to give you the ability to filter out a lot of the chemicals, a lot of the toxins in the air. Can you drink better water? Can you drink filtered water? Can you filter your own water? Can you take out the chlorine and the fluoride? Can you do those things with your water? With your food, can you make better choices? We know that if you buy an organic brand of food, an organic label of the food, in theory, they cannot be using pesticides, Roundup, things like that on that food. So, again, there's always that story that you hear that it doesn't work that great, but you've got that potential to make choices with your food. The Roundup and the genetically modified organisms that are being sprayed sprayed with Roundup, a major toxin to the body. Can you make better choices in your sleep hygiene and how you get quality sleep? Absolutely. Blackout curtains, red lights get you to sleep, calm down, sleep in a colder environment, all of those different things. Can you make better choices in your thought and your brain and that stress pattern that's going on? Absolutely. Can you downsize your vehicles? Can you downsize your lifestyle so that you don't have to push so much, so that you don't have to have the stress on your life to be gone nonstop from your family or be pushing. Can you make these shifts so that you can take some of that stress off your life? And even if you do have those stressors that you can't get rid of, what can you do to help deal with those better? Whether that's some counseling, therapy, neurofeedback, get a brain map done. All these different things are going to be crucial. Tastes like a cross between pheasant and pork. Interesting. I'll have to try mountain lion someday. Here's the thing. We were not supposed to have human diseases. That is not how our bodies are designed to work. They're not just going haywire for the heck of it. There are specific reasons that you are experiencing these things in your life. And so I want you to evaluate, start looking at step by step through your life and picking out all of those places that you can make some dramatic changes and you can make those shifts in your daily routines, in your food, your water, all of these different things. Great. Hey, Joel, drop us a direct message and we will give you some ideas on the gallbladder. So love having you guys on. This is such an important topic, and I want you guys to think about this every day. Next time you hear somebody that has a disease, that has some kind of new condition, I want you to say, is this the way it was supposed to be? And if not, then what can we do differently? You've got to ask those right questions. So love having you guys on. Look for our email coming out Thursday. That is going to that's going to be going out to everybody's email account. If you don't see it, look for it in your junk mail. If you're not on our email, put it down below or send a direct message to Brittany, and we will go over that. And if you haven't already on Facebook, hit that little bell up top, and it'll tell you when to jump on. It will alert you when we go live. And for those of you that use YouTube, subscribe to our channel. You can look at all of our different videos, every condition we've ever talked about. Way easier to search in there than Facebook. So jump on there, everything from COVID to autoimmune to immune system to gut to brain to thyroid, all types of different conditions. Jump on there and you can search all of those and then subscribe to that. And even if you don't get the alert when we go live on Facebook, you will be able to get that YouTube video at any time. Awesome. So love having you guys on. Take massive action today. Be as strong as you possibly can so that your body can have the vitality and the vibrancy to take on anything that comes at it. Take care, guys.